Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and in this video I'm going to give you the latest update on my BMW E46 M3. It just turned February. I bought this car September 30th of last year. So let's see, I've owned it October, November, December, January, so 4 months. And it still hasn't passed inspection. So let me give you the background story, what's everything leading up to this. And so I found this car actually about 90 minutes away from my house. So I was searching all across the country. Since shipping can get pretty expensive and these are old cars and they're going to need some work, I tried to make it within 500 miles of my house searching for this car. I originally wanted Laguna Seca Blue like my last car. If you don't follow the channel, actually, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you are already a subscriber, hit that notification bell so you don't miss the latest videos on my E46 M3. So this is my second E46 M3, just to give you some really quick background here. I had a 2003 Laguna Seca Blue 6-speed manual, black interior, but sunroof delete coupe, and that was a mint car, 10,000 miles. That was my baby. Unfortunately, it got stolen, and it took me years to replace it. I was searching for E46 M3s. I kind of wanted to do 03 and up. I typically like the third year of the car. I think they've solved most of the problems at that point in time. But, you know, I would consider the right 2001 for sure. I had a chance 2 years ago to buy a Laguna Seca Blue car with very low mileage, 44,000 miles, for a very good price, high 20s, manual, gray interior, not black, and it had a sunroof. Unfortunately, when I was going to purchase the car, when I finally convinced my friend to sell, I lost my job and I was unemployed for 6 months. I didn't know how long I was going to be unemployed, so I couldn't, go through with the purchase. So that one got away. So Laguna Seca Blue cars, you see, are 30, 40,000, even 90,000. That probably wasn't going to happen. So I said, you know what? I still like colors. I'd like to get one of the blue colors. There's a couple cool blue colors: Mystic Blue, Topaz Blue. I like Imola Red. So those are kind of, and if I found the right car, but just in the wrong color, I would still probably buy it. And lo and behold, this beautiful Mystic Blue with black interior like I wanted was 90 minutes from my house. I bought it from a dealership, a non-BMW dealership. And, of course it was as is because it had 90,000 miles. And it drove great. It drove fantastic. I have service records going back to day one. This car definitely was a love for somebody. I forget what owner I am, but there's thousands and thousands spent in receipts and preventive maintenance. And that's how you want to buy these cars. Always buy in condition, not mileage. If you saw this car, it looks like it has probably 50,000 miles on it. A lot of people guess it only had like 20 or 30. This interior is in perfect shape here. The steering wheel's even been rewrapped, the shifter. So when I'm driving, I feel like I'm driving a new car. And it actually drives very, very well. So in New Jersey, you have like 2 weeks to go to inspection after you register the car, and it took like 30 days to get my plates or whatever. So I went to inspection, and it failed because it hadn't been driven enough. I guess the emission computers hadn't been reset yet. So so I said, all right, no problem. After I left inspection, the next day, the service engine zoom light came on, which didn't come on the whole time I was driving. I probably put a couple hundred miles on this car, counting going home and a couple joy rides while I had the temporary plates waiting for my permanent license plates. And it drove fantastic. No worries, no issues at all. Then after inspection, I couldn't get that service light. So there were two codes, and I go over this in detail in other videos, so just check the other videos. One was gas cap, so I replaced the gas cap. And then the other was code P2402. Now that's basically an evap leak somewhere. So I replaced like the whole sensor and everything like that. Put a couple grand into this car. While I was in there looking at it, I noticed that the belt seemed like it had been on there for a while, even though it looked perfect. The belt in the front of the engine. Maybe it should be replaced. And when I looked at underneath, it wasn't that good. Always belts, they may look good on the outside, especially if the car's been garaged, but you always want to look at the inside. So I replaced the belt. I had a squeak. I replaced the pulleys. It looked like the AC compressor was old, so I replaced that. So spent $2,000 to $3,000 in preventive maintenance, plus the stuff I had to do for the codes. The service engine light kept coming back on, or service engine soon light. So I did the test where you drive at a certain RPM, you warm it up for a certain amount of time, you don't go over 40 miles an hour, then you don't go over 60 miles an hour, you don't go over 3,000 RPM. I did that multiple times, and the light kept coming on. I tried clearing the code, resetting the computer, starting again, kept coming on. I put 900 miles since I bought the car. And I'd have a lot more. I'd probably have 2,000 or 3,000 in 4 months. I daily drove it for just a week. I did a video, can you daily drive an E46 M3? And I drive as much as I can on the weekends. But, we only had one snowstorm in January. Most of New Jersey got no snow, maybe a dusting, and it melted right away. Where I live, we got 5 inches, so it just melted like a week ago. But what happens is even when it rains to melt the snow or the salt on the road, and it gets a mild day where it's 40-something degrees and it rains like today, then they salt the roads all over again. So I didn't want to drive this car in salt, so it's been sitting in my garage the last couple of weeks. So I just pulled it out again. I still have the same light. So I think the next test is to do the smoke test. We did this, I had a shop do a smoke test originally, and then when we concluded, it was probably that evap sensor that we replaced. But I think we need to do the smoke test again. There must have been another leak somewhere else. Hopefully it's a very small leak and not an expensive repair. So that's where we are. The car drives great, but it won't pass inspection. It's been 4 months. Now, it really shouldn't be 4 months. If it was spring or summer or fall, it would probably be 4 weeks instead of 4 months, just because even though the winter's been pretty mild, we had a lot of decent days in January, not sunny, but the thing is just the salt on the road, and I don't want to drive the car with the salt on the road. So that's really what's keeping this from being done. So assuming this rain washed away the salt, I'm filming this on a Sunday, assuming we could do the smoke test before they dump salt on the road again, and who knows, they may dump it on the road again, then we could figure out what it is. Hopefully there's something else, I think, that's causing that code, and then get it done, and then take this car to inspection, and then I'm just going to enjoy, hopefully, years of driving it. But these cars are certainly a labor of love. I always said in my videos, just from being a 2-time E46 owner, give yourself about $5,000 to put the car right. So if your budget is $30,000 to buy a car, buy one that's $25,000. So you'll have $5,000 to make it perfect. And you're still going to have to keep doing preventive maintenance. If your budget is $25,000 for a car, buy that one that's $20,000. If your budget is $20,000, buy one that's $15,000. Actually, I think you should buy a car that's at least $20,000. The ones I saw that were 15, 16, they look good in the pictures, but when you look at them, you're probably going to put $10,000 to make it right, maybe even more than that. And then you're better off buying a $20,000 car that you can make right for less than $5,000. At least that's what I think. And you'll get that money back at resale. When you're looking for these cars, you should really look at them for buying for condition, not mileage. All right, so that's the update. We're going to try to find somebody to do the smoke test. Maybe we'll go a different place this time. You have any suggestions for me to go and do the smoke test? Let me know in the comments below. If you've had that code before and your experience with it, please leave your comments below on how to solve it. Maybe, it's something I'm not thinking of. And, it's been a while since I had an E46 M3, so maybe I'm just forgetting. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to like this video, share it with your friends, always comment below, and hit that notification bell and subscribe button so you don't miss our next video. We post 3 videos a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.